Hello, my friends, and welcome to another session with the older man. Today, we're going to be discussing a phenomenon that I've been seeing lately. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But what I'm seeing is a lot more women are coming out and realizing that men are actually the prize. Yes, that same subject we keep rehashing time and time again. Who's the prize? And don't think I'm biased, but I would say it's the men. But I'm going to give you proof that women are now waking up and realizing feminism have been BSing the crap out of them for far too long, simply because they're not getting the results that should indicate that they are the prize. That's the problem. There's one thing to boast about how great you are, but until you're in the ring.
I think after the first round, I realised that she was a lot tougher than I was expecting.
In can't box, you might realize that you aren't as great as you thought you were. Okay, that's a boxing analogy, but I'm trying to equate it to the same problem that is occurring in the current dating market. Because if you think about it logically, ladies, if you were the prize and you were so readily available to get involved with a man that would provide and protect you, why isn't it not happening more often? Why is it that so many men are going overseas? Why is it that so many men are bowing out of the dating market, especially in the Western society? And it's not just the Western society. I had a 2-hour podcast yesterday with the first Emirati to be on my channel. This is a very rare occurrence. Yes, the first local here in Dubai I got to sit with me. An amazing fellow. 6'6", strong jaw. Got everything going. Got the money, got the job, got the 6'6" going on.
Even if the marriage doesn't work,
right,
for the family, for the greater good, for the children, you should stay married.
Right.
So, this is still very much happening in the culture. It's kind of changing a little bit, and it's probably going to change more. That's why we have a lot of divorce rates also in this region. Globally, not only in this region.
Globally, yeah.
It's because,
single, never married. And you're going to hear his story in the next episode. But what I can tell you is that he's highly desired, incredibly intelligent, highly educated. Yeah, never got married. But his story is the thing that sort of got me into realizing, hey, you know what? I better touch on this subject again. Because this brother opened my eyes to the fact that it's not just happening in the West. The phenomenon of Meltdown, men going their own way, is also hitting the Middle Eastern countries. So my friends, we're going to get into some of the stories from the ladies who are waking up and realizing, hey, maybe the bullshit that we have been told might not be the best information we could have gotten. So before we go on, you know what I always ask, please hit that like button before we start. Give your brother some love so this algorithm can show this video to more than, the few thousand people. I want to be shown to a couple of 100,000. Okay? Yes, that's all I ask, guys. Give me some love. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell. And of course, if you want to book a session with the older man, please feel free to log in to askanolderman.com. And if you want to join the community, that button is right there as well. Right now it's free. Nothing to lose. Good way for you to check it out, man. There's other content that I'm providing that I'm not posting on YouTube. Okay? So my friends, let's get into the first video, shall we?
A lot of women are going to hate me for saying this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. When it comes to relationships, men are the prize. Yeah, I said it. Men are the prize. Men are the providers. Men are the protectors. Men are the stability. Men are the reason we're able to carry life into this world in the first place. Men keep us grounded and are able to build us up, us very emotional and sometimes illogical thinkers, into the woman God has called us to be. Unfortunately, so many of our men have been incarcerated and so many of our men come from toxic households. Therefore, it's up to you to do your honest part to make sure that the man that you're interested in is actually a good man and doesn't just look good. A good man is a prize to the world because where would we honestly be without our men? A good man is a prize to a single woman struggling with 4 kids on her own. A good man is a prize to a woman who didn't grow up with a father to know what love really is. Call me a pick me, at least I'm getting picked.
No, I heard no lies there, except the part with the incarcerated bit. It's not the majority of men or even black men that are in prison or have been to prison. It's not. When I talk about things in general, I would prefer to talk about the majority, not the minority. So yes, there are a lot of men, especially in the black community, that have been incarcerated, but it's not the majority. So I don't think that should ever be another talking point for any woman. There are exceptions, and there are a lot of white men who've been to jail as well. So we got to look at the fact that, hey, she hit on the protector-provider bit. What is it a woman's providing besides her natural self, which is to have a child? But guess who benefits from that as well? The woman. The woman. She gets to carry out her biological urges, which is to reproduce her genetic line, and the man gets to do the same. But the man has to provide and protect as well. So, if we look at it logically, my friends, hey, it would be a prize if a woman gets an easier life. All right? There's more for me to add to this, but I'm going to make you listen to another video because it gets better. Because there are some women that push back at this stuff.
Men are now at a point to where they're walking away and they don't mind being alone. Y'all have messed it up. Women, a lot of us have messed it up. And like I said, even surprisingly to me, like, I was noticing and seeing so many men, like, I desire family. I desire commitment. I desire marriage. I desire to have a woman. I want to provide for a woman, take care of a family. Like, men have been wanting that. But now you're starting to see more and more men become more and more comfortable with the idea of not having any of that, because men are valuing and desiring their peace over everything else.
That's the thing. If you have been following my channel and you have gone into the comment section, you would have seen many men. The large majority of men who are actually following these channels are men who have just said, no, I've had enough. I've had enough. I've been burnt once, twice in divorce. I have lost everything. I am at an older age. Most men who follow me on this channel are over 35, 40 years old, and it goes as high as 82 years old. 82. And many of these men have said, no, not interested in women anymore. Many of them. And it's a sorrowful thing to see, because as hard as marriage is, you know, my almost 20 years in it, it's a beautiful thing to have someone there by your side. You can't measure the amount of pleasure, frustration as well, but yeah, I do get a lot of return out of my marriage. You know, we do contribute back and forth to each other. I would always encourage a man to give it another try, give it another chance, because I think a lot of women are now waking up and realizing that, yeah, they have been duped, they have been bamboozled, they have been lied to, and they are now prepared to work with a man. And whether they're coming with a lot of baggage, whether it's emotional baggage or whether it's with another man's kids, unfortunately, that's what we have to pick from now, my friends. It's a sorrowful sight to see. So many men have always just indicated that, you know what, the only way that this is going to get better until after these two or three generations that currently exist, that these have died off, and then there will be a reboot, a reset. No, it's not going to return back to the old days back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. No, we'll never return there. But there will be a better balance, because as it is, society is not surviving. That's a reality.
Hi guys. 9 times out of 10, the things that are often overlooked are exactly where your attention should be. We're in a social media world, a world where everything is visual, but the funny thing is a lot of women are still so blind. They see the dollar signs, the status, the lifestyle, all of which are attached to a man that's not worth her time, but that's exactly who gets all of it. See, what you don't understand is the same man that you look down on because he was working a 9-to-5, regular guy, out every day grinding to make it, is the same man who would have treated you right. But you overlook the person you should have seen. And that's the case with so many women. A person will show you who they truly are when you have nothing to offer them. When you have little to no benefit to offer is when you will see what a person is truly about and where your relationship stands. A lot of women neglect the beauty of dating a struggling man, but that's where the foundation of trust is built. The loyalty, the commitment, because he's not trying to win you over with any money because he doesn't have it. He's going to win you over with effort, consistency, and that comes with respect. See, you only value and respect something that you had to work hard to get. He understands the sweat, the long days, the living paycheck to paycheck, the goal setting, working overtime just to take you somewhere nice, etc. That's where 90% of the time the guy with wealth falls short. He has no respect for you. He didn't put in any effort with you. He didn't have to work to build a foundation with you. He simply bought you. To him, you're just another prize on the shelf, something to pull out when he wants to play with it and throw back when he's done. That's what most wealthy men do. They buy things because they can, not because they need it. Hell, sometimes not even because they want it, just because they can. They're more intrigued with the fact that they can buy you instead of actually being intrigued with you. To him, you come at a monetary cost, and he can buy 1,000 more of you because you come a dime a dozen. You're nothing special. But with the struggling man, your love was bought with authenticity and genuineness that was built on solid ground, and that's the beauty within the struggle.
Sister is kicking some facts there. Yes, he knows that he can get many women because there's so many women out there that are prepared to sell themselves to a wealthy man. They don't care if he has 3 or 4 or 5, 6 Mr. Nick Cannon, Mr. Elon Musk that have, 6, 7, 8 baby mamas. These men can afford it. So they can buy women. Because that's literally what it is. These women primarily want these men for their resources, not because of love. You think any of these 6 or 7 women that you think they love Nick Cannon are going to be faithful to him? No, hell no. They're sucking his resources, and then they're getting their D on the side, and they're getting their other things on the side, collecting those big child support checks, supporting their lifestyle. You think they're faithful? So basically, they're just selling their womb to these men. So if you want that as a woman, where you feel like you're just an object to be bought, then by all means. And if you have that option to attract that man, by all means, take that option if that's what you want. But most women don't want that. They want to find a good man that's devoted, that's loyal to them, that they can have a monogamous, healthy, happy family together, where the husband is around. But I love how this sister put it together. And I'm glad to see more and more ladies coming out and showing women that they are the prize. But of course, we're going to get a lot of pushback.
But as for this conversation, I will admit I am one of the few people who did not know who Simone Biles was until this situation. However, I want to say something, and I know some of y'all might feel away, get mad at me. Men have always been the prize. Women, no, let me, hold on. Let me finish, because I'm not, let me finish. Men have always been the prize. And I'm going to explain what I'm saying. Women marry who they can, men marry who they want. You can get offended by the statement, but if you really sit down and you think about it and you be honest with yourself, that is a very valid statement. Also, not only that, but by him saying that he is the prize, that does not make her not a prize. I myself am raising a young man. I'm raising my son is 7 years old. He is a miniature Einstein. His manners are beyond most adults that I've ever met. His style of dress, his respect of himself as well as others. I'm instilling in him his faith, his spiritualness. I'm instilling in my son to be a prize, especially with these days, the way that women are raising these young girls. And it's unfortunate, but and also the numbers, it's always been since the beginning of time, women will fight over a man, you know what I'm saying? But they'll accept, but at the same time, they're going to accept, like back in the traditional days, that as long as the house is taken care of and he pays all the bills, he can have those 2-3 families up the street. You know what I'm saying? Men have always been the prize. We have gotten to a point where we disrespect our men so much. I worry so much about what the world is going to look like when my son becomes of age to date and to court and to marry, because I will never let any of your daughters tell my son that he is not the prize. That will never be a thing. And if you have sons, nephews, whatever the godchildren, you should not ever tell your son, oh, she is a. Do you guys see what type of young girls are being raised? So you're telling these young girls that they're a prize over the son that you're putting your time, that you're actually the man who's supposed to be the provider that you guys are looking for, the man who's supposed to be the protector that you guys are looking for, and you just want to sit back and live a soft life. He's not the prize. That will never make sense to me.
All right. It blows my mind how women will wake up when they have sons. They will not accept it if it was another woman's son. Oh, I can tell you, if she had a daughter, more than likely her tone would be different. Oh, my girl is the prize. My girl is the prize. I have raised her. She could give the same identical argument to her that she has given for her son that she would give for a daughter to justify her belief that they are the prize. In other words, because it's mine, it is the prize. That's where she's coming from. So I think she's arguing from a point of being disingenuous because her arguments aren't valid. Number one, a woman cannot raise a boy to become a man that would be a prize to another woman. Because all the things she talks about, oh, godly and being polite and these are all the things that will make a woman run over a man like him. A mama's boy, a man that caters to a woman's needs, not what women want these days. No, women do not want the nice guy. A strong, masculine man that is raised by a father, a protective man, a man that has grit, has some dirt under his nails. That's the kind of man that the woman wants. So, I understand what she say, trying to defend the fact that men are the prize. Yes, he's the protector and provider. But I can assure you that the kind of man that you're building, my dear, more than likely won't be a protector. He might be a provider, a simp, but he will also be, lack of a better term, raped by a lot of these women out here today. Because these women will just see him as a victim. Because there's a lot of predatory women out there.
Women always holler, they the prize. Y'all women are the prize, but some of y'all ain't worth it. We don't want your prize.
Wow.
We don't want your prize.
I also feel like God is just holding off until I get my man, because he's like, if I give you him now, you're going to pour everything you have into him when you need to help the world.
Stop lying on God. God ain't never said shit like that. God told you to fix your insecurities. He ain't never told you not getting no man because you got so much to give. God says you are insecure. You're going to stress a man out and you play a lot of games.
This is the problem. Men like to have selective hearing. What I'm telling you is the walk that God is asking me to walk right now requires for me to be in isolation.
He ain't never said, God, withhold my man. No, you withholding your man with your attitude, your inability to be in touch with your femininity. So in the 2024th year of our Lord, I'm not finna sit up here and let these women bash men and degrade us and pretend like we don't need one another, because we do. So cut it out. Yeah. Don't independent your ass single to death.
Oh man, I've listened to this before, but I just freaking, it cracks me up every time. Black women have this way of trying to bring God into their lack of cooperation with a man. Because that's all it is. She's as masculine and as boisterous and unfeminine as it comes. Just that pitch and that tone. Ugh. Imagine coming home to that every night. Oh, jeez. I would just take myself out if I was married to that. Hell no. Women and men bring God into their relationships and their marriages. What I mean by that is blaming everything on God. It just makes my blood boil, because that's another way of just being irresponsible and lacking of accountability. I am not accountable. It's not my responsibility. It's God that's doing it. Has nothing to do with me. I am perfect, but God is actually holding off on bringing that right man to me. Think about that shit. And I know a lot of you that follow me are religious. I am not a religious man. I've been down that road. I'm no longer a religious man. I basically maintain I want to be a good person, and I leave it at that. Whatever happened in the afterlife happens in the afterlife, right? But the point I'm trying to get across to you is please stop using God as an excuse. And I personally don't feel that they believe it. I just feel that it's the optics. It looks good when they're out on podcasts and they don't have an excuse for their poor behavior or their lack of having a man. The best thing to do is bring God into it, and everybody go, yeah, praise God, God is good, God is good. And they just keep repeating these stupid phrases that makes everybody accept it because no one wants to talk back. No one wants to clap back the second you hear God. It stops discourse. It stops people from having a dialogue because no one wants to instigate or to combat a person's religious belief. And we need to stop that because what it's doing is stopping women and men, Muslim women do this shit, from getting good results, from changing, from looking inside and saying, you know what, I need to change something about myself. Has nothing to do with God. God is not a relationship coach. I hate to tell you that. He's not. Get your shit together, find a good man, be a feminine woman, and you will have no problem. Fit, friendly, feminine, agreeable. If you can't have those 4 categories in your life, nothing can help you. Nothing. Next one. I love this segment in the Pop the Balloon where this doctor gave this woman this was one of the best ways of explaining why men are the prize.
I'm not ready for that.
I know it's triggering.
Also, let me finish real quick, respectfully. I'm sorry, because you interrupt everybody else. Let me speak real quick. I just personally feel like you're not used to and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm alpha male, whatever. Like, you're not used to a dominant woman. I feel like you are it's easy kind of coming to you to belittle women a little bit. I understand where you're coming from with everything that you do, and I saw the last episode, but you do come off as arrogant. Confidence is cool, but know the difference a little.
If a man becomes a man and he puts his foot down and he states his preference, he's either sassy, arrogant, misogynist, narcissistic. These are the 4 go-to words that women use to describe a man who's putting his foot down. Yeah. Any term that means that you're getting one over on me. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
What you gonna say about my tooth, bro?
Why would I want a dominant woman when
Next.
I'm the dominant one?
Go ahead. There can't be,
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
And this is what I'm talking about. Every woman would say, I want a man who's much more powerful, much more stronger, dominant than me. And then when the man instills that dominance and that assertiveness, the first thing, back to one of those 4 terms that I just described to you. This man just pointed out, why would I want a dominant woman? You don't want a submissive man, lady. You want a dominant man. The man is displaying exactly what turns you on. But the optics, the sisterhood. But these women need to maintain that spot in the womanhood. Yes, we're the strong, independent, we're the dominant ones. And we got to show these men that we're powerful and aggressive. Ah, hear us roar. Ah. But tell me I'm wrong. He's going to finish her off right here. I love what he says next.
Do you think you're the prize?
I know I'm the prize.
You're the prize to the men you don't want.
Okay.
When you get a man that you actually want, please believe me, we're the prize.
Okay. Next. Okay.
You heard the silence. That is the point most women don't freaking get. If the woman do not like you more than you like her, trust me, gentlemen, you will have a nightmare. I can tell you without a doubt, the demise of the relationship is imminent, because when you become her teddy bear, boredom sits in. She cannot stand someone who just constantly becomes her lapdog. It'll be over very quickly. Tell me I'm wrong.
It don't matter how old a man gets, he's always gonna have options. Younger, finer, fitter, willing, but they wasted all their time telling all these good men, oh no, you're not my type, and I need a man that's gonna do all this stuff for me. You too broke for me. Y'all brag about the fact that y'all don't cook. You brag about the fact that you're not cleaning for nobody. You brag about the fact that you're selfish. You brag about all these things that are contrary to what a man wants. what happens is they start approaching that wall. Once they are approaching that wall, or once they hit it, they already got kids. They're not in their prime anymore. And then they get frustrated. They try to convert other women and try to convince other women that they also don't need men, because now they no longer qualify. Now what are you left with? You're broken, used, washed up, your self-worth, your dignity, all of that done gone. Now what you gonna do? You love talking about yourself and you could do bad all by yourself and it's all about me and because I'm the prize. Where are your results then? If you're the prize, who the prize winner? If you're the prize, where is the collector of the prize?
I've played this video before, but I gotta play it again because this woman just brought it home. If you're the prize, where are the prize winners? Where are the prize winners running after you? Every one of you look like cookie cutter of the necks. BBLs, lashes, lips, same bloody wigs out of China. Everything looks the same. You're a cookie cutter of the next woman right next to you. Nothing. There's no difference between silver, gold, or bronze. And here's the thing. Here's the kicker that you ladies got to understand. What prize do I win where I have to pay for it? That is not a prize, my friend. A prize is something that you get that actually is an asset to you. You can look at it and admire. You can look at it and say, this is mine. Nobody has had it. Nobody else have touched. But if that prize have been freaking passed around from Tom, Dick, and Harry, Jim, Bob, Chad, Pookie, Ray Ray, every single body has been in it. Why do you think I must look at you and say you're the prize? This prize has been passed around. This prize have been beaten up. Why the hell would I look at you as a prize and then have to protect and provide? You know what that means? I have to pay for this freaking prize. Yet on the other hand, I'm the one that's paying out. You're the one that's receiving. Wouldn't you think that that's the better definition of a prize? This prize have to ask you. You just have to make yourself available. But if I don't see you as anything of value that you can contribute to my life, why would I give you a chance to have me protect and provide for you? What are you going to do for me besides give me some overused panani and a lot of headache? I will wait for that answer anywhere in the comment section, please.
Yes, she is. Women are we have intrinsic value. We are the prize. Like, what? Men go to work for women.
Wait, what?
Yeah, why do you go to work? To pay bills for your woman?
No, for myself. But women aren't the only prize. Men are prizes.
Yes, she is. Women are we have intrinsic.
Oh, God. And this is the kind of shit women have been taught. We go to work for a woman who is worthy of providing our offspring. We're more concerned about our offspring. That's why we need you. Otherwise, most women do not contribute to a man's financial or mental health, to be honest with you. Not today's modern woman. Hell no. Most women are headaches. That's why most men are walking away from it, because there's nothing in it for him. Ladies, understand this simple point. A prize contributes to your well-being. That's it. A liability sucks from you. Who sucks from you versus contributes to your well-being? Every man knows that he has to build resources in order for a woman to actually come into his life and share it with him. And he shares those resources with that woman. Every woman looks for a man to help her have a soft life. Her money is her money. His money is the family's money. You are a liability to men. That's what you guys don't understand. The man is the prize. I hope I have woken you guys up to understand your value as men, and I hope I have given you ladies a very clear understanding that men have reached this point where they're saying no more. That's why marriages are at an all-time low. That's why men are going to other countries that are more conservative to find their wife, because Western women have lost the plot. So until you guys wake up and realize that, oh, in order for me to fix this, I now have to get out there and ask men to be with me. And I cannot and should not wait until it's too late, until my value as a woman is lost, to not get out there and ask men to give me a chance. Because you have destroyed the market. It wasn't men. You're now seeing men adapting to the market that you, ladies, have created. You tell me I'm wrong. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. So guys, listen, give me a thumbs up on this message. I'm going to shut this off here now. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Log in to askanolderman.com. Let's have a conversation. If you have any problems at all, I can help you with. Whether you're married or you're single, or you want to start a YouTube channel or a fitness program, whatever it is, hey, I'm here for you, okay? I'm here to help you solve any of life's problems. I have a lot of experience, all right? So guys, until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.